seeing that smile on his face, passionate guy. So it's good to have Monster back out there.
With what was that like for you guys? Obviously, he's a guy that's been a leader for your group. To just not have him in there, and obviously, you look at that play, and he said it is what it is. But what was that like for you guys? Seeing him kind of have to go through that.
It was tough. Seeing the emotions that he had, but we still knew that hey, we're gonna have somebody else gonna have to step up, and I know we prepared good for that. Ray Ford was really in tune with it. DeAndre and Reed, they was like, hey, one guy's down right now, the other three gonna have to step up.
He talked about how amped up he was when he came in the locker room. When you guys came in the locker room, how amped up were you guys to see him in there?
It was funny. We just went up in there. He was fully dressed. I think he had his helmet on and strapped. So we was laughing about it. But it was a learning process. We loved him up. We wanted to see him, and that was great.
There wasn't much he could have done there, but is that a learning experience? Trying to put yourself in the right position for plays like that? Because even though it wasn't his fault, that he still got popped for it.
I know it was a tough call. I'm not a ref. They made the decision. You learn from it. We're just doing what we was taught. So we just know, like we're saying, one man goes down, another man got to step up.
It just shows you that even though it's not your fault, sometimes it can still be the one that gets penalized for it. It's learning experience, kind of.
Yeah, and it was tough. It was tough for us to see that, to kind of go through it. But then again, we just had to move forward. We can't dwell on it.
How do you feel like your group has done this year? I know obviously that Utah State game you said was one of Mox's better ones, and also I think there was a couple plays where maybe you guys should have had picks that turned up to pass broken up. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel you guys have done, and obviously how much did that game kind of push you guys to want to try to get a little better?
I felt that game was pretty good as far as the defense. We came up, we stepped up, especially the secondary. Like you said, those missed opportunities, we got to capitalize on them, and we've been harping that. Wanting to get turnovers. So when we get that chance, we're going to have to come up with the ball. So now we're just trying to turn those PBUs into INTs. And only way you can do that is go out there and practice it. Not trying to swat the ball down, but actually go up there and go attack at a high point.
You feel like you guys got good hands? Has there been anything you guys been doing in practice for the last couple of weeks to maybe emphasize that or work on catching the ball?
It was kind of like just out, like it was just like wow, we really sat right here, dropped some balls, and then we really in practice, was catching them. So this week we really emphasized, looking at the ball, catching it in, and tucking it to knowing that we secured the ball and. I feel like we do got some pretty good hands. Some of the corners look questionable. Nah, we all compete, especially we doing ball drills. If you drop it, it's 10. If you a freshman, we might start making them do 20 for that.
You working on the over the shoulder ones?
Yeah, I've been practicing that a little bit, but those were just those last minute catches. But as far as me, trying to go up there and go high pointed.
Do you go up against Thomas Spurbeck much in practice? What's it like going up against Thomas in practice and just the way he seems like he's wide open so much against defenses?
It's an honor going against him. Him, Chad especially said, going against those guys at practice really dictates how the game is going to come. Going against them, working. They know like when they come against us, we gonna play our game. We know they gonna play their game. So it's it's an honor and it's tough. We be battling out there and it's fun. They may catch one. The next one we may defend it, and it's just great.
With Thomas, I think he's about 100 yards away from setting the school record for receiving yards. What is it about Thomas in particular that makes him so good?
Thomas is Thomas, and that's what I see in him. He just likes to play the game. He's passionate. He's a funny guy. He just does what he has to do, and he knows what needs to be done. So I feel like with him, he's focused. He's a man on a mission, and he's silent and deadly.
You guys, have the one-on-one drills and stuff like that. Going up against Cedric, what's that like? And he's kind of one of those guys that doesn't have to be open, it seems. And yesterday, Junior said that some of the more ridiculous catches that he's made have been in practice where we don't see him.
Yeah, said like Thomas. Said going against Said is it's a great battle. I love it every time. We get out there. I'm looking for Said looking for me, and we compete. I know right now we got like a chart going on, like how many catches he's having and how many I defended. I think it's pretty even out right now. I say I'm winning. He said he winning, but at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want to make each other better. Afterwards, I talked to him like, hey, what did I could have done? Probably put me in a better position. He asked me, hey, how did you know that I was doing that? Like, what do you see? So even though that we compete, we still working each other and we get each other better.
Yeah, curious if you go back to the New Mexico State game and New Mexico game, and you know, last year they threw for over 200 yards on you guys, and I know they didn't necessarily have their throwing quarterback, but how is that a better game for the secondary versus the Lobos this year?
We knew what we had to do. We knew we had to be very disciplined. You know, going back to like some of the other games, they like to run the ball. Hey, they may just pop a pass up in there, and that pass may go for 90 yards. So we just try to eliminate that. We think about every play. It's going to be a pass play. So when they do run it, it's like, okay, now we're going to the next down. It's going to be a pass play. That's how we think, and that's how we went into it. We had to see our man, engage in them, and try to do what we can from stopping them from passing the ball.
When you look at Colorado State, what stands out about them, and also what do you guys maybe have to do against that team in particular to try to slow them down?
I was just going to have to play our game. And, you know, they got a good receiver core. You know, got the quarterback. You know, the running back is pretty good, just like every game. And now this is the game. We've been getting prepared for it. So we just ready to go out there and compete. As far as the secondary, as far as known as us, going out there and be a discipline like how we always been preaching and practicing. And then going out there and giving our best.
With the quarterback they're putting out there, you guys played against him last year. He hadn't started the last couple games, but since their starter got hurt, he's back in. What stands out about the quarterback, and maybe what's different about the one that had been in there too?
Just seeing what he's going to bring. You know, we know that he's a good quarterback. He's a good guy. He knows where he wants to go with the ball. So we know we're going to have to stay on our P's and Q's when we're out there and covering our guys. As far as the defense, all we got to do is execute and, seeing our keys and doing what we do. They going to make plays. We're going to make plays. But as far as we go out there and compete, that's what the coach asks us.
You guys wearing the old Fiesta Bowl uniforms on Saturday. Got about 50 players from that 2017 coming back. What's that going to be like to play in front of some of the guys to kind of help pave the way for you?
It's always an honor to have those guys come back. Having them out here, seeing us. They was in our shoes, and talking to some of those guys, seeing the smiles on their face. It's truly is a blessing. So for me, it feels good to put that on. It's always feel good putting on that Boise jersey. So I'm loving it, and I'm glad that they're going to be here.
How big is tradition around this place, and kind of keeping going with the ones before you guys got started?
It's very big, but as far as we know that we're the team up now. We don't look back at the last team and what they did. That was their team. They had their season. Now this is our season. So we just go out and make the best of what we have. We try to go out there and compete and do what we can do. So being on this team now has really been great.
Have around campus, I mean, has there been a buzz around this game this week at all? It's homecoming, Fiesta Bowl festivities. I don't know if people are coming up to you and talking to you about the rankings at all, but has there been a buzz around campus at all this week?
Not really. They really ain't been talking too much about it. They've been saying it's homecoming, what you guys going to bring out, what uniforms you're going to wear. I think that's pretty more like they want to see, but then again they ask about, is it going to be cold, is it going to be raining? I'm like, you guys from here, I forgot the point. You should know that better than me. But it's just been good seeing those those students faces, those smiles that they have on their face, come out there and support the Broncos.
Good man.